Okay, it's 2 days after my eye surgery, and I don't want to be working with wood or any sawdust or anything like that. And I think I can see well enough to do a small project. And I've not done one of these before, so we're going to see how it turns out. But this is a roll out of tin foil or something like that, you know, wax paper, whatever. Save the roll. And I'm going to cut it down to about, a little over 2 inches, I'd say. And I'm using like an X-Acto knife, but a bigger one. But an X-Acto knife works. Gotta be careful. I'm gonna try to go straight. Gotta cut, so I'm gonna come down like that. Okay, I've got that. Now, I think I want to see which way sets the flattest, so I need to kind of move my paper. Probably like that. Okay. Now, on the bottom side, I'm going to make a little slit here. Am I out of frame? I might be. Because I'm going to feed this light up through it. Just enough for that cord to come out the bottom. There, I think that will work. Check it and make sure. Yep, that works. Okay, now pull off a piece of that paper that's going to come out. Now I'm going to take my glue gun, and it's not quite ready yet. Okay, I'll be back in just a second when my glue gun's ready. Alright, I tested it and it is ready. So, I'm making like candle drips. Coming up. Make one right here. Might make just a... Whoa! I shouldn't have done that one. My hand went off. Maybe I can get that off when it dries. I'm not going to try it while it's wet. Didn't want it to go like that, that's for sure. Okay, I'm going to wait for that one to dry. Alright, I'm going to set this aside and wait for that to dry, and I'll fix that one. I'm going to get my paint out, and I'll probably use the Waverly Plaster color, and I'll be right back because it won't take this long. Okay, I've put a little Waverly plaster in this little cup, and I want to mix some baking soda in with it to get so it can have some texture. I might have got too much, I don't know. Okay, let's see here. If I did, I'm going to put a little water in it. I just want to make it like a paint, but I wanted it to have some texture. I'm going to get it mixed up good. I wonder, I don't know. Let me try it and see. Yeah, it'll probably be alright. I did pull that one piece off and put another one, some more hot glue on it. Yeah, that's working. I'm getting to all the crevices. I can almost see too well in one eye and not so well out the other eye. And I feel a little lopsided. But in a month, I'll have the other eye finished. All right, now that I have this all painted up, see some glue gun sticking up there, or glue stick. I'm going to set this aside and let it dry. Then I'm going to come back after it's dry and put a little watered down Waverly Antiquing wax in the brown. Okay, I'm going to set that aside and I'm going to let it dry. I'll be back. Alright, I have that dried. I'm going to take a little bit of my antiquing wax, go over it. Make sure you're getting the cracks of behind and underneath the hot glue. Now, get a paper towel. I should have had that ready. And I'm going to kind of wipe it so it's not real dark. There, I like the way that looks. There, that looks good. Alright, now I'm finished with that. Now I'm going to move on. I'm going to let that dry. I'm going to move on to my lid that goes, I'm going to be putting this on a jar. This is an old canning jar, and I really didn't want to use it for canning because it's pretty old. Looks like it's a Hazel Atlas jar, and it has a pattern on it, and the front of it right in here is smooth. Okay, now I'll rinse out that brush. And let me get stuff ready. Now I'm going to do the Mod Podge and rusting technique like I do in a lot of my projects. So I'm just going to go over this. Let's see if I can get my fingers in there with the Mod Podge. And then I'm going to sprinkle the cinnamon over it. And then I'm going to let this dry. And I'm going to do the same with the top of the lid. Making a mess here. And I'll be back once this dries. Oh, I thought I was filming. I turned that off. Well, what I've done, if I wasn't filming, is I need the top for this, so I set this down on a piece of cardboard, traced around it, cut it out a circle with an X-Acto knife, then traced around this on the inside, and now I need to get my bulb, and that's where I reached up to turn it off, and I saw I wasn't filming. Okay, so I'm going to go get my bulb, and I'll be right back. Alright, I went and got my bulb, and then I stopped and I thought, I've had this a long time, I better make sure it works. So I stopped and made sure it worked. So, I'll put this, I'm going to hot glue that in place right there. Because I'm going to have to paint it too. Wish I could see better. Okay. Turn that up where the... Okay. Well. Now I'll trim that up some. Where's my scissors? That may not look too good, but I'm trying. I think right there needs a little more glue. And I'll hold it down on there. I'm glad I put my paint in a little container somewhere. It's around here. Dropped my stuff. I hope it doesn't come off from it. Okay. Already washed my brush out. Now, I'll have to get my antiquing wax up off the floor because I dropped it. I wasn't even thinking far enough ahead to think I would need something like this. And that's going to be right. No, it'll be at the side. Okay, it'll be at... Alright, that'll be okay. Alright, put the lid back on that. Put my brush up. I'm going to let that dry and put some antiquing wax on it. I'm going to go ahead and put my bulb in there just so that holds it in place. Okay, there's what we have so far till I get my antiquing wax out. Alright, while my candle, the paint on it is drying, I'm going over this with the Mod Podge again over where I put the cinnamon, and I'm just going to let it dry. But I wanted to show you what I was doing with this. It'll give it just a little bit darker of a look. Alright, this is drying, and I put the... Now, I'll take this, can you see that? And when this is all ready to go, I will hot glue and then also use some E6000 on that and glue that to the top of the lid, and the cord will be coming off towards the back. Now, I'm going to show you what I'm going to do with the jar. Alright, now I have taken and put some seltzer down in my jar, and I've just grabbed some things around my room to kind of stick down in there. Let's see, there's some bells. I'm just looking around. This may not be everything I put in it, but for right now, this is what I'm doing. I'll just stick a couple of bells down in there. This is one of the candy canes that I made in a video the other day. I'll stick this, one of the candies that I made. What else can I put down in there? There's a cinnamon stick. I'd like to have maybe some greenery down in there, but I just don't. Okay, there's an orange slice. That would look cute down in there. Maybe an apple slice and an orange. Let's see. Now that, don't really care for that particular orange slice, but you get the gist of it. I needed a big mouth, but well, I need some greenery. Pretty sure. I think if I was doing this, I would take my, well, I am doing this, but I mean, I think I would take a candy cane, cut it down a little bit to go in this jar so it would show up better. It's just hard to get my fingers down in there. Let me go get a few other things. Okay, I went and got a little bit of greenery and some pine cones and some pip berries. And I do wish my candy cane was shorter, but it will be all right for right now. But now, where's my lid? It's still somewhat wet, but we'll try it. I'm going to put that on there. You can see where it looks like I rusted the lid. Get my hot glue gun and my E6000 ready. Okay, I'm going to want to put this to the back. So if you unscrew this, you're going to have to hold your lid while you put this down. Scoot back some. All right. This hot glue is just going to be enough to hold it till. Okay, that's in the back. I don't know, I had to move it. It may not hold. Kind of holding down on it till the hot glue dries. All right, I'm going to hold this down for a little bit, and I'm going to get some material or something to go around and tie around here. And I think I might, I'm not sure, put a load of the Elselser or the stuff, you know, around on the top to hide the glue. But I really don't want to mess with it until the E6000 is dry. So I'm going to stop here. Okay, that's dried, but I want to stop right here for a minute or for a while and just let it set. All right, here it is finished. I ended up doing the candy cane shortening. I've got another candy cane, shortened it and made it, and put some berries and some little pine cones, and my bells were in there, cinnamon stick, and the dried orange. I took the dried apple out of it and put some seltzer in the bottom, of course, and around the top, around where I glued that light on real well. And that's how it turned out. So I'll link the video below where I made the candy cane, and I think that's in the same video that I made this tray. And then I'll also link where I made the angels. But this was a easy craft. It went fast, other than the time for things to dry, it moved real fast and was easy. So I hope you enjoyed it, and until the next one, we'll see you later.